In a world where laughter was king.
No in a world, Jack.
What do you mean, no in a world?
It's not that kind of movie.
Oh? Okay. In a land that...
No in a land either.
In a time...
I don't think so.
In a land before time.
It's about a comedian, Jack.
One man.
No.
When your life is no longer your own.
What does that mean?
When everything you know is wrong.
That's wrong.
In an outpost.
No.
On the edge of space.
There's no space.
A girl.
No.
Two girls.
No.
Now.
No.
More than ever.
Stop it.
A renegade cop.
I hate you.
A robot renegade cop.
You're fired.
You're fired.
No, you're actually fired.
I'm fired.
Get out of the booth, Jack.
No, I like it in here.
Like flowy sort of tank toppy.
Wherever you are, make it.
Thank God.
Truth Frequency Radio.
Broadcasting straight to you from a large spaceship currently at war with mainstream science. Meanwhile, the Peanut Gallery is taking the night off because it's his wife's birthday. So happy birthday to Peanut Gallery's wife. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Strange World, where the truth is often stranger than fiction. I'm your host, Mark Sargent, the creator of Flat Earth Clues, which propose that all of us are living inside a Truman and Show, that's brilliant, show in closed structure, thousands of miles wide. Check it out at enclosedworld.com or just Google Flat Earth Clues if you can't find it. Well, you're just not very good at the internet. For those of you listening to this on YouTube, you want to hear the show live as it happens, please go to Truth Frequency Radio for the latest schedule. Currently, the show is on Tuesday nights at 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern, and yes, Caroline, if it is not July 15th, right? Or is it 16th? What the hell day is this? Can you help me out, Karen? What day is this?
It's July 16th.
16th!
Yes.
2019. Then you're listening to a rerun. Quote of the day goes exactly... Ooh, you know what? I'm going to change the quote of the day because I found a good one and Peanut Gallery's not around. So let me dig it up for you real fast. It goes something like this. Basically, out of all the ridiculous religion stories, which are greatly, wonderfully ridiculous, the silliest one I've ever heard is, yeah, there's this big giant universe and it's expanding. It's all going to collapse on itself and we're all just here just cause. That, to me, is the most ridiculous explanation ever. Who said that? Trey Parker. If you don't know who he is one of the co-creators of South Park, the animated series. It's really weird. I'll throw this in chat for you, but he looks a lot like Owen Benjamin in this shot. It's weird. I mean, in fact, when I first got the shot sent, I was going, "Oh, what did Owen say?" And then I had to read it. It's like, "Oh, it's Trey Parker." So yeah, and I'm not taking a shot at religion with that quote. What I'm saying is that even religious stories are more credible than what science has been putting out for a long time. Let's see here. The Mark Sargent 2019 challenge is in effect. This is my personal declaration of war against mainstream science. I, Mark Sargent, put forth a challenge to any university, foreign or domestic, to loan me a self-contained spacesuit, put me in a vacuum chamber, and pull the switch. If you want to get rid of me, find out what happens. For more information, please check out Flat Earth Clues, Part 13, The Lost Nail. Here, let's see here. Announcements. The Flat Earth Sun and Moon app. Make sure you pick that up from YouTube channel DITRH, otherwise known as Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole, otherwise known as David Weiss, otherwise known as that Jewish flat earther. The 2019 events, let's mention this real quick. Of course, the Take on the World Conference, I'm going to be in Ohio from August 22nd to 25th. I'm going to be at the Gather Festival September 12th. I'm going to be in the UK during that time as well. I'm going to be in the UK from the 7th to the 16th doing some activism and doing some conference stuff and hanging out with some really cool Flat Earth UK people. The Mount Shasta Conference, I'm going to be in Mount Shasta, California, September 18th to 23rd. At this point, I have no hope of going to the Amsterdam Conference September 28th because I don't know, for whatever reason, they hate me. If you want to know more, please write the conference people in my name and ask them why, because I don't know. And, of course, the huge, monstrous, epic, mega conference, which is Dallas, United States. That's in Texas. November 14th through 15th.
Why do you say mega conference?
I don't know, because it's usually the biggest one.
Mm.
I mean,
you do go to more conferences as me. It probably is the biggest one.
It is the biggest one so far. And remember, it was the one that it was the first conference. I'm going to give credit where credit is due. It was the first Flat Earth conference in 500 years. So, in Raleigh, 2017, you were there. I saw
I
you.
was.
There's video evidence of you being there.
Yes, I was there.
Yeah, it was a good time. Nobody slept.
That's where I met you, Mark.
We met for the first time there.
Yeah.
And it was magical, and I'll never forget it.
Yeah, and you kept asking me why I was standing next to you, not talking, like a secret agent.
You're so stoic sometimes. I mean, you're attractive, and you've got this whole witchy quality to you. But man, you are sometimes, it is tough to get you to open up like right off the bat. Your first impression is like, okay, why is that brunette staring at me? Oh, I'm sorry, staring through me. Like if lasers were attached to your eyes, a lot of people would be dead, I think. But anyway, how are you, Karen?
I'm great. I'm doing great. How are you?
I can't really complain. There's a lot of stuff happening. As you know, well, the first thing that is going to be happening is I have to write a quick affidavit that Zen Garcia asked for, because he's in a court case.
Another one or the same one?
No, same one.
Okay.
Same one. They're appealing. So what happened was Zen Garcia. Wow, it goes all the way back to Raleigh. He was one of the people that's like, if anyone can prove the globe, he'd pony up money. And he did. He ponied up, I think, $10,000. And somebody came forward and said, if you do this and this and this and this, this proves the globe. Pay me my money. And Zen said, no, not so fast. You didn't prove anything. So the guy sued him. And Zen defended him in the lower court successfully against this guy's lawsuit. And so now this guy is appealing, and Zen's going all out. He, in fact, is bringing in one of my subject matter experts, Ray Goodwin, if I'm not mistaken. Goodwin. He's one of the surveyors. He's going to actually bring him to Georgia, I think, to testify. And then he wants an affidavit signed, notarized by me that I interviewed a whole bunch of people along, professional subject matter experts. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to this week. This
is great. I think this is great. I'm glad that they're appealing. I'm glad.
Yeah,
I think that's great.
Get more attention for it. It's awesome.
That's right. That's right.
It's all right. You want to
double down? Please double down.
Yeah. And it's because win or lose, it's a story. Mm-hmm. And I think the media would actually take some interest in this. I'm a little surprised they haven't. Well, we really haven't shared it. There's not a lot of people in our community that even know about this. But if you're curious, please send an email to Zen Garcia at Sacred Word Publishing and ask him what's going on. But he's very serious about this, and so I've got to get this thing sent off, overnighted to him. I think I'm just going to print. I'm going to print off the chapter to my book. subject matter experts. I'm going to have that notarized. I think that'll qualify. And because Ray is actually in it, Ray Goodwin's actually in it. And it kind of summarizes, without getting too wordy, all the people I've talked to on Strange Worlds that have come forward to discuss the flat Earth. So good luck to Zen. If anyone's out there doing ritual sacrifice or voodoo dolls, please keep Zen in mind. And or against where I'm not.
Here's what I want to know: you say stuff like that, and then Dean Odell talks crap about me, like I'm the witch, but you're the one like summoning people to cast spells. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, okay. There's a couple things there. I know we're not supposed to jugs. Wow. Little
Is that a
Fallopian
Freudian
there.
slip?
Yeah. So I know that I wasn't thinking about Karen when I said that. I swear to God. I know that we're not supposed to judge a book by its cover. However, you have those dark, raveny, smoky features that are kind of witch-like.
But this is how the creator made me. It's not my fault.
And if you were in the 1400s, you'd be running for it. I think that's what you'd be like, being chased, wearing one of those silly pilgrim dresses. Like, I'm not a witch. And if they actually got you, you'd be like swearing up and down, you'd be your vengeance. Whereas I apparently look sort of like Bill Murray, and Bill Murray has never been cast as a warlock, as far as I know. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong there. So I remember I've got that whole, what's the quote? Goofy warmth.
Goofy warmth,
instantly
yes.
disarms you. You do not have a goofy warmth. You were that whole another sultry thing. Trying to find more adjectives for you, but you know where I'm going with this. So I'm sorry. Yes, I know. You guys know I joke about the agency and rituals and all this other stuff, but I do it. It's tongue in cheek. Quite literally, I have tongue in cheek when I do it. So sorry that you have to catch the witch, but you're only catching the witch stuff from a few people. Dean and his toady.
Stuff like that sticks, though.
Well, luckily,
okay,
most people
whatever. I don't care.
Most people don't even know anything about witchcraft.
Yeah.
So
I don't know anything about witchcraft, but whatever. That's fine.
See, that's a good cover.
Haters gonna hate.
Yes, a wise and now 30-year-old has said this. Gold star, anyone calls in, tells me who said haters gonna hate. Hate. Also, next, not even a week, Saturday, I am flying out to Australia and I'm going to get this out here in advance, even though I could probably wait months before the commercial actually comes out. I'm officially gotten the first Flat Earth endorsement deal, which is a television commercial down in Australia. So I'm going down to shoot it. And you can imagine you think you got some haters now? Oh, they'll be searching my direction, because up until now it was the running joke. I mean, everybody in Flat Earth has always said, nobody gets into Flat Earth for the money, right? And up until now, that's absolutely true. But I said, they're going to be calling for different things. And so they're doing this, I'm not going to tell you the company, but they're doing a 60-second spot and a 30-second spot. And it's kind of like, and you and I have talked about this, I'm hoping it doesn't come off like that commercial, so easy a caveman could do it. I think it's going to be a little different. That is, if Mark can get his head around the whole Flat Earth, the Flat Earth concept, he can definitely get his head around our app. And I'm part of a series of people. I don't know what place I'm in the order, but apparently I have my own commercial. So, yeah.
That should be interesting. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, and I can't wait for the first. Yeah, who is going to be the first person that comes at me and yells, sell out? You used to be about the music, man. You used to be about creativity. Now all you want is the dollars. It's like, no. It's like, I don't have an agent. I don't have anything like that. They just called and said, yeah, we're thinking about shooting a commercial. Here's the script. What do you think? And I said, okay. I'm not going to wear anything that paints Flat Earth in a bad light. And as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that they are having airship. They're having one of Chris Pontius's models airship down for this thing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a full-blown production. I've had so many I had no idea how many people contact you when you get signed on for something like this. You have a wardrobe department call you, you have hair and makeup, you have travel. I mean, there's all different people. All these different people asking me all this stuff. I had people ask me today shirt, waist, and shoe size.
Really?
Yeah, even though I'm bringing down some of my own, they want me to look very similar to what I did in the documentary. So the Flat Earth Army shirt or the I Am Mark Sargent shirt with tan shorts and a non-logo.
Oh my God! And you're gonna listen to them?
Why wouldn't I do this? The documentary did apparently it resonated well enough when they called me. So we'll see. I don't know. It's only going to air in Australia, so I don't even know if I can. It's going to take a while before anyone up here grabs it. But you know how fast things move on the internet. So
you should tell them that you have to be shown upside down in Australia.
That's funny. That's good. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I've been kind of helping them with the writing. Again, I can't go into the script or anything like that. But
come on, that would be funny. It would be totally funny if everybody else was right side up except for you.
You mean the whole commercial's upside down?
Yeah.
That's not a bad. It's actually not a bad idea. But usually, people that are completely upside down, it bugs people when they're watching it on television. I don't know.
That's the point.
All I know is, look, I'm getting shipped into this thing. Getting flown to Australia to do this. You know what it kind of reminds me of? Do you remember, again, totally straight saying this, do you remember Mean Girls, the movie?
I remember the movie, but I don't think I ever watched it.
You ever watched Mean Girls?
No.
Well, it'll be wasted on you then. It's okay. Well, there was this line where, Regina George, who was like the queen of the cheerleaders, she was like the queen bee. There's always these rumors. People talked about her. It's like, like she sat next to John Stamos on an airport and he told her she was pretty. And it's like, I heard Regina George did a car commercial in Japan, something like that. Mm-hmm. And it's like similar. It's like, yeah, I did a mobile phone app commercial in Australia. So There you go.
Did you ever see Lost in Translation with Bill Murray when he's doing that commercial in Japan?
Yep. Also had little flashbacks of that, although the accent down there out there isn't nearly heavy enough to throw me. So, but anyway, so that's where I'm going to be next week. So let's circle all the way back around. It's the Karen B show next Tuesday, just so you guys know.
Sweet.
I know, right? So don't. I don't know what happened to you guys last week, but I've given the phone numbers. Chris and Cherie Geo have direct lines, and so now Peanut Gallery has the direct line.
Well, yeah, I don't know. He was having problems last week, and then I thought I was going to have to do it, so I actually got a Skype number, and then I never used it, but I still have it.
Oh, it's good. No, Skype number, I got to tell you, that was one of those things. I had to get one of those too, obviously, because I'm doing this. If you guys don't know why, in order to do the phone lines, we have to do a dedicated Skype number. It's just that's the best way to do it. And even before Microsoft bought out Skype, Skype has the amazing audio quality. We're talking on it right now. I don't know how they manage the bandwidth, but out of all the things, and I have done a lot of interviews and a lot of other things, Skype is by far and away the best audio quality out there. It's not an endorsement. I'm just saying, for what is it, $8 a month or something like that. It's unlimited inbound and outbound domestically, and then international you have to do stuff, and you can't text on it, which is perfect for me because I don't text.
Right.
You have to pay extra for texting,
Well, what? Yeah, but you don't even need to text on it. I don't see why you would even have to do that.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess
they allow the feature, but yeah, but you can text through. Anything. Come on, now it's 2019. Apparently, everything is compatible with everything. we've reached that stage now where we used to joke, oh wow, it was not even 15 years ago, like the IBM server stuff where they had this magical adapter. You can connect everything to everything. And the end of the commercial, which was a funny little line. It's like, will it work in Europe? And the guy stares, he goes, you're going to need an adapter. But everything else worked. I mean, but flash forward not even 20 years, and yeah, now everything can plug into everything with some sort of little, it doesn't take much to do it. So, anywho,
is today David Weiss's birthday? Happy birthday,
is
David.
it? Why did it pop on your screen?
I don't know. I just saw somebody telling him happy birthday in chat, and so I had to mention it.
You know what? You're absolutely right, because today is also, if I'm not mistaken, today is the anniversary of Apollo.
I thought that was the 20th or the 19th or something.
No, I think it's
today.
I think it's the 16th.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's the 16th. Well, because
maybe it is today. I don't know.
Because they were talking about it during. Oh, we should talk about that.
Is today the launch? Maybe today is when they launched.
Was today the launch day?
I don't
really know. And the point is it was so long ago, and nothing has happened since then. Is that everybody's forgotten everything? There should be a huge amount of fanfare regarding this, because there should be a moon base. There should be a moon hotel. There should be flights on a regular basis. There should be first class seating to the moon. Never happened. All the sci-fi shows from the 70s all the way to now said we were on the, we would be on the moon by now. I mean, for God's sakes, in the 70s, they literally had a show called Space 1999 where they had an established moon base alpha. Established. And it shouldn't have been that much of a stretch. And that show was made in the mid 70s. So 25 years later, it's like, oh yeah, we'll totally be there. Nope.
Not even close.
Nope. And 20 years after that, not even close. 20 years after that, it's still a freaking ghost town. Why? Because you can't get there. No, you can't. Speaking of which, did you listen to the Owen Benjamin on Jeranism?
Of course. Yes.
And what'd you think?
It was great. It was a great stream. I loved it. He's totally a flat earther. He won't say that he is, but I mean, come on.
Oh yeah.
If anybody who knows.
Yeah.
And that's why we accept him.
Yeah, he's saying the exact same thing. Yeah, we can recognize. Flat earthers can recognize
our own. We recognize our own. Let's just say that.
Like vampires.
Yes.
Absolutely. We can totally recognize each other. We don't even have to wink or give a special sign or anything. We can know. I think I told you, how I know that somebody is trying to pretend to be a flat earther? For whatever reason, they can't shake it. And that is how many times if they use the word round twice in the same paragraph, no, they're not flat earther. They're just going through the motions. Any good flat earther that's been in it even a month has given up the word round. So
yeah, well, yeah, and the other thing too is, like, I'll ask people what made them make the switch, like what made them realize, and if they say they can't remember, they're fake. Everybody knows what made them switch. Everybody does. Yeah. Everybody knows the answer to that question. So sometimes I run into people trying to fake it, like in Discord and stuff.
Right.
I get those pretenders.
Yeah, we can.
And I know how to find them.
We can absolutely spot them, and it's not like you need special software to do it. No. But Owen is saying, basically, Owen's going through kind of the same path that Rob Skiba went through, where he's holding on to some of the verbiage just in case he's wrong. Like Rob was like, "Oh yeah, I'm 95%," but if it is a globe, well, then it's Mark Sargent's fault. It's not my fault. I still held out some criticism, some skepticism.
Well, yeah, it took me a while too before I actually committed to it. Long time before I actually realized it. And it's funny too that you mentioned that now. Kind of Rob Skiba, I guess, was the first one to go through like a real-time awakening in front of everybody, huh? Oh yeah. And then now Owen Benjamin's doing it.
Yeah, and but
on a much bigger scale.
Yeah, very similar paths. And not that much of a bigger scale. Rob Skiba's following in the Christian circles is huge. And the thing was that Rob, he backed out. He shut down for 3 days and then resurrected himself. See what I did there? And and then because his fans sent him so many emails saying don't go, and he came back, and it worked out really well. Owen hasn't had that moment because he doesn't care. It's like people want to lash out at him, he doesn't really care. Like, look, he believes what he believes. So the backlash, being a comedian, you've heard the line, dying is easy, comedy is hard. Mm-hmm. That is so true. Comedians go through hell, to earn their craft, and some stick it out and some don't. The hecklers, there's a reason why hecklers, before the internet trolls, there were comedy hecklers, people that would go to clubs and just talk about the professional hecklers. By the way, Zulu says Apollo 11 landed on the 20th, so it must have launched today. That's what it is. That's what I'm gathering. So
that makes sense.
But anyway, the stream went well. I'm glad Jeranism had him on, and people say, "Why haven't you talked to him yet?" It's like, look, I reached out once, but I'm not gonna push it, and I'm not encouraging anybody to do the whole Savanier thing on my behalf. Definitely not. Thank God Eric got this Savanier label before I did, because most people don't. In my case, anyway, the Eric's people are way more aggressive, incredulous people. It's like, why haven't you contacted Eric yet? Come on. So I know, look, he lives right down the road, I could drive there in a pretty short amount of time. But look, he's got his thing going on. I'm not gonna, everything for a reason. Remember my autobiography, If I Live Long Enough, Unsolicited. Same thing applies. It's like I sent him one email, told him, it's like, look, here I am. I live up on Whidbey. Totally, you could come up and spend the afternoon, bring the wife and kids or whatever, and totally, or I could come down to Gig Harbor. I had a girlfriend that lived in Gig Harbor. Yeah. Notice I didn't say boyfriend. I said girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. I still don't believe you.
Damn it. trying to butch up. I'm all man. No, I don't fall under the gaydar at all. I have never had a gay man hit on me for whatever reason. I don't know if I don't give off that vibe or whatever it is. But you know what? This looks like a good segue because we're coming to the end of our first break. And after we come back, we will take some phone calls. I know I haven't given out the phone number yet, but it's 213-233-3998. That's 213-233-3998. So hang tough for 3 minutes.
Whoop. I need to freshen up my drink.
Word.
Real people, real radio. Wherever you are, make it TFR. The Truth Frequency Radio.
Welcome back to Strange World Part 2 of 4. It's me and Karen B and all you listeners out there. Yeah, by the way, that was Joe Jackson stepping out from his album Night and Day. And that doesn't mean it's Part 4. It's actually Part 2. But the servers crashed and they rebuilt the music. And I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm not even going to change it. I'm just gonna.
You're just gonna keep talking about it every week, though, aren't you?
No. This is the last one. I swear. Next week I am. Well, next week you guys have it anyway. But the week after that, if I'm back in the States, I will be. I'm not going to mention. I'm just going to roll with it. By the way, I should mention. By the way, that he went on tour a couple years ago, and he decided to block everything that was out there on the internet so he could sell more. I don't know, iTunes versions. And so I had to find somebody that was pretty handy with a keyboard and synthesizer and created his own. So there you go. Yeah. Yep, I'm full of aesthetic trivia all the time.
Lovely.
Yes. Well,
So,
yes.
DITRH is about to post a video that I collaborated with him on. So
Yeah.
everybody should look for that. Check it out.
What's it called?
Um, it's actually a reading of the article. Everything that was beautiful became ugly.
Right. So wait, did he read it or did you read it?
It's narrated by me. I did it.
I did not, when he was he called me today because he was looking for, I think, thumbnails for this project. And I had a hard drive crash with well, not that it mattered because Patricia never, well, I shouldn't say never, but often she would use, once she got competent enough making her own thumbnails, every thumbnail I sent to her, I would send her like 3 or 4 choices. She'd be like, no, I'm doing my own. So I don't have a collection of the thumbnails she used, but wow, that's awesome. And it took, how long did it take you to read that thing?
Well, I did it over the course of the last week.
No,
it took a while.
What's the run time on it?
It's over 2 hours, like 2.5 hours.
It's a long time. That's a big article.
Yeah, that was a long one.
And you're doing this because a lot of people didn't finish it. They like picked and chose what they read in it.
I don't know what people did. He just asked me to read it, and I was considering doing it anyway, but I wasn't sure. And so when he asked me to do it, I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it."
Cool. Well, awesome. That's great. I will. I mean, I've already read it, but I will have a listen as well. Mm-hmm. For anyone out there. So is it going to be on both your channels?
Yeah, I'll probably upload it too.
Okay. So DITRH channel and Karen B channel. It is the Patricia Steer story, why she is currently away from Flat Earth and swears she's not coming back.
But DITRH is including a download link for the file if anybody wants to download it and mirror it. Excuse me, on their channel as well.
Okay.
So. Yeah,
I mean it's a good tale and it's a cautionary tale. Mm-hmm. And that is, my opinion. I don't think she's gone forever. To use the line from JFK, nobody quits the agency. And she can say what she wants, but I know full well that she's looking for if a sweet enough opportunity presented itself, she'd be back in. She just doesn't, and I don't blame her. Look, spending.
I don't know about that, Mark. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, maybe you know her better than I do, obviously. I mean, I've talked to Patricia quite a bit, but you know her definitely better than I do. But
I know that the trolls, she wanted to rise. She always wanted to rise above the internet trolls. And doing that solely in YouTube is a tall order. You're never going to do it. The trolls are always going to be in there. It's a viper's den. It's an awful place. But she was hoping that maybe something would come along that she could just let the channel, and of course she's dreaming, let the channel just run on autopilot. And she even talked about killing the channel if she could do something bigger, to where it's like, well, I'm bigger than this now. Not that she had that sort of ego or anything, but I mean, there is everyone would love to rise above the trolls. I mean, I just kind of ignore them because I can, mostly because of the training I had when I was doing support for all those years, which is you just got to forget about it. There's people, I'm old enough to remember when the forums first came out and the trolls first showed up, and they were awful. They were no different than they are now. It's basically young, angry men who had rocky childhoods, and they wanted to vent that energy and anger out at the world. And the internet forums gave them that opportunity. And, I don't agree with it, but it's been there literally since day one. I mean, the mid-'90s, or I should say the late 90s, it was incredible. I mean, they just appeared. You and I have had this discussion. It's like, you imagine being you're 15 or 13 or 18 or whatever, 25, doesn't matter. You're just an angry person with a black soul. And it's like, wait a minute. I can yell at anyone I want and no repercussions whatsoever. You could almost hear them cracking their knuckles, winding up. And that's what they did. And Patricia was a tasty target in that regards. Yeah. Anyway, so there you go. My little mini rant on the topic. Should we take some phone calls?
Yes, we should.
All right,
We
let's do it.
shall.
We shall?
We shall.
Okay, we shall.
Mhm.
Let's just start from the top. This person's been waiting 38 minutes. He's from the 304 area code. He likes long walks on the beach and not afraid to cry. 304, are you there?
Oh, you bet your bottom dollar I like long walks on the beach. But the crying part, yeah, not so much, unless there's onions involved.
Who doesn't like long walks
Okay.
on the beach is what I'm wondering.
People that are afraid of water, people that are afraid of crabs, people that are allergic to shellfish. I can think of all sorts of reasons.
Nice.
All right, what's up, man?
Right on.
What's happening?
Oh, gosh. Well, okay, just to add, just as well as I do, being a man, you got these internet trolls who are most likely men saying, Patricia's a man. She's a man. And she's like, no, I'm not, right? And you're like, prove it, And she just,
Right.
You know what I'm going at. They're like, go ahead, prove it.
Yeah.
Oh, she shouldn't take that to heart, though. But
What
just
they
ignore 'em. Right.
don't know, and I actually put this in my book when I have a chapter called I've got other chapters, but she's in a particular section where I literally, the opening line under Patricia Steer is I say Patricia Steer is not a man. And I go into it somewhat. And for me, like, anyone out there that's worth their frickin' salt, as far as internet research goes, you can't fake the voice. Patricia has a lovely female voice, and she can use all sorts of inflections. She was in radio, for God's sakes. And she has a wonderful
true.
voice. You cannot surgically change the vocal cords yet. We don't have that tech yet. We have tech for all sorts of other things. As far as plastic surgery goes, we can do a lot of stuff, but vocal cords are tough. It's kind of like, and here's the reason why. It's kind of like if you ever listen to someone tuning a piano, you got to do it on the fly. You're hitting it, you're going, dun, 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 dun. You're turning it up and down.
Mm-hmm.
I know it makes me sound super intelligent when I do that. But he has to do it on the fly, right? You can't do that with vocal cords because they're unconscious. Now, yeah, it's like, how does this sound? Say something. It's like, well, I don't know. Then maybe you could fine tune it there, but the person's unconscious. We don't have the tech. So people, it's like, look, if you watch enough weird stuff on the internet, you're gonna find guys that have turned into women. Their voices are the dead giveaways. Dead freaking giveaways.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's
ma'am.
I mean, seriously.
Yes.
Right.
You guys know what I'm talking about. Guys, especially, if you watch videos that are made in South America, you know what I'm talking about, right? The voices totally give it away.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody could believe that.
I know. Well, it's they don't believe it. They want to believe it. Sort of like with the curvature thing. Let's segue into the curvature thing real fast, which is when people say, oh, yeah, I've seen the curvature from an airplane. I've seen it from a mountaintop. And you've got a whole bunch of people say, oh, yeah, I can see it from the beach. It's like, no, you don't see it from the beach. You want to see it from the beach. You've been told there's the curvature on the beach, and enough people say it, you start seeing it. We've seen this in many videos online. There's psychological studies. You could take 10 people out to a street corner and have them point up a certain part of the sky, and within 5 minutes, you'll have 30 people around you. If you ask the people in the back row, do they see it? Oh yeah, oh yeah, I absolutely see it. Really? What do you see? Well, it's a thing up there, right? They don't see it. They want to see it. They want to be part of the group. So anyway, all you people that think that Patricia's a man, get bent. All right. Anyway, caller, what else you got?
Right. The other thing was, according to Dean Odell.
Yeah.
You've heard Nathan Reynolds, right? I mean, it's just Odell, not Adele.
Yes, Dean Odell.
Dean Odell. Yeah. No, I've talked to Nathan Reynolds. Yeah.
Okay.
We met. We met at a
from
conference.
his environment. Yeah, that guy. Wow, I'm telling you, very good testimony from him. He could surely spot a witch. We could debunk that thing about Patricia and every other flat earther that is called a witch.
Well, I heard a rumor that when Nathan was walking by Karen, that the cross on his baseball cap actually started to glow a little bit. And that's how he knew. and he didn't even see it. Somebody caught it on camera.
Wait, which Nathan?
And then they told him. No, I'm totally making that up. I'm pulling that out of my ass.
But which Nathan are you talking about?
Nathan. Oh wait, not Nathan Reynolds. Nathan Roberts. Did I say Nathan Reynolds or Roberts?
Not
Crap.
Nathan Roberts. Yeah. Okay.
Nathan Roberts. That's Dean Odell's right hand guy. Nathan.
Yes, he's an Odellite.
Odell. That's good. He is an Odellite.
Oh no.
He's an Odellite.
Nathan Reynolds is the really cool
That's
guy.
what they're called. They're called Odellites. There's Dean Odell and then the Odellites. Dean Odell and the Odellites. That's what they are.
It's a 60s sort of pop band.
Yeah.
Well, no, you can see at that point, if I was a manager, I would call him just Dean and the Odellites.
Dean and the Odellite. There you go. That's good. Now we're talking.
Not
We
bad.
can market that.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Anyway,
And the final thing would be a little thing to Zulu One when he calls in regarding last week's night school. You know, what a master gunner says. I just like to know what color Smurfs turn when you choke them. So Zulu, if you can answer that, that'd be great. Coming from the game Warcraft, you know, we've got the Worgen race look exactly like werewolves. You know.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh no, for real. Haven't seen one, but you know, it's there. It's a race.
Hey. By the way, I got my flying yesterday.
You suck.
Yeah, I know.
You suck.
All right. Well,
It's
you know who
good.
got it first? You know who got it 12 hours before me? Freaking Peanut Gallery.
Wait, you got your
Peanut
what?
Gallery. Yeah.
We it's a gaming thing. We got our flying mounts in Warcraft. They just opened it up.
Oh God, I'm sorry I asked.
Now we can fly. Yeah. It's kind of
Insane Uber. You got.
Yep.
you got
Yep.
a bunch
That's
of
why
newlyweds running around over here.
I'm thinking of renaming the guild to either Natural Born Killers or Control Alt Elite. How's that?
Next caller.
There you go.
All right. Anyway, gotta go, man.
All right, Mark. Talk later.
Like Bye. All right, let's jump over. I know Karen was like going, oh my God. All right, let's go to 530 area code. 530. He enjoys pasta and movies about horses. What's up?
Okay. Not much. How you doing, Mark?
Wow.
It's William.
Hey, William.
From Northern California. Hey, how's it going?
That's pretty good.
So, fascinating what you were talking about. The guy going through litigation, the appeal.
Oh, Zen Garcia. Yeah.
Zen Garcia. I haven't really had a chance to watch a lot of his stuff. In fact, I was listening to some Paul on the plane today in my driving, and was listening some of his. I guess he's got third season of They Faked the Moon Landing, and that was some pretty good stuff. I didn't realize how good that was.
He's mostly on the biblical side of things. Good friends with Rob Skiba, and what happened? What happened with him was he was doing research on the Book of Enoch. He was really into the Book of Enoch, and you guys don't know what the Book of Enoch is.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff on ancient scripture.
Yeah, and he did a he was really trying to figure it out, and then Flat Earth came onto his radar, and then it just clicked for him. He's like, Enoch makes total sense now. You know, it's like that scientist, like that just got this idea from something he saw
like
in
me.
Yeah, and he's like, this is it, and then he just started cranking out stuff about now he's not only is he totally flat, but he put out that challenge, $10,000 challenge, and now he's in court defending it. So good for him.
Yeah. Well, I actually thought the whole Bible made way more sense, being that I had been studying it for quite a while now, about 15 years now, and it just really wasn't a big deal to me. In fact, I got pretty lucky. I don't know if I think I've told you this in probably past emails, that the first friend I walked outside to tell, he was a really good brother in the Lord to me, and I asked him, hey, do you think they lied to where we live and that we might not be in a globe? He goes, probably, and I thought that's how everybody would react, but that was not the case. So I just got lucky with the first person I ever told, and then after that it went downhill for several years. So
yeah. I don't think I've ever said that to anybody and had him be like, probably, like, just so, like, nonchalantly, No, that never happens
And
to
he
me.
did. Well, and so this guy, I'll just say, has had he got the shaft given to him in life early on, and he shared that with me. And so, you guys probably know people go to jail and who are innocent. So I know we say it doesn't happen, and everyone laughs in the movies, but I'm convinced there's people in jail who are innocent.
Oh yes,
You know?
sure it happens.
So yeah, so when when you get dealt those cards, and then there he is, and he decides to read the Word of God and find out it's true, and he comes to the realization he probably would have never looked into it had that not happened. Kind of makes you look at things different. But anyway, the reason why I brought that up is one of the cool things I got to do not too long ago was I've always never minded being called for jury duty because I'm not really crazy about my job. I like it, but if there's a reason why I can get out and do something different, and I thought, I think it'd be kind of cool to be on a jury, and it happened one time. Got called, got brought up to the boxes, didn't think I'd actually get to stay on, and wound up being a jury foreman for a week-long trial for attempted murder case. So that was very fascinating. Very fascinating thing. Yeah. So, I know people in my church and people complain about our jurisprudence system and they think it's corrupt, but I thought, well, why just say that? Why not? If you're called to do it, why not do it and look and find out for yourself? And I tell you what, I learned a lot of stuff about our system that I don't think you'll get to know if you're not involved. You know what I mean? So I got to learn some cool stuff doing that. So yeah.
All right then.
Yeah. So Mark, I know you were probably expecting me to do another rookie mistake and be on mute when you picked me up, but I appreciate you answering my last email, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you soon, right?
Cool. Well, maybe we'll see. Hard to say with me.
All
right, man.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Hey, have a good one. We'll probably talk soon.
Yeah. Karen B, have a good one. Thanks for what you do.
You too, William. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right. Bye.
Bye. All right. Let's pick up 864 area code. 864. He likes being in documentaries made by tools and drinks scotch out of a wine glass. 864, are you there?
What's going on?
You're getting better and better at that.
Hi, Jack.
Okay. So I've been.
I love when I say hi, Jack, and he goes, "Don't say that on a plane."
That's right. It's very dangerous, especially if you call me the bomb. Hey, Jack, you're the bomb. Yeah, not fun on a plane. Okay, so I got a lot of things I want to talk about. First of all, for Zen Garcia's thing, it's a $15,000 deal, not 10.
Okay.
And shout out, since I'm a subject matter expert, I want to put myself out there. If he needs me to testify in not finding any curvature in any AutoCAD since 2004, I can definitely verify that.
Right on.
The other thing, you definitely should not wear shorts in the commercial, even if they ask you to. You said that you would never wear shorts again, and you should stick to your word.
Oh, no. I never said I wouldn't wear shorts again. I said I wouldn't wear them to the conferences. So, and the only guy, the only person that gave me grief about the freaking shorts is Peanut Gallery. He's I don't know what it is about him. He is just really anti-shorts. I was like, look, my legs aren't that bad. I got to tell you.
I'm a no-shorts guy myself,
the problem I had with the shorts was the dark socks. I can't stand dark socks. When people wear shorts and dark socks, that drives me crazy.
Was there sandals on the dark socks? Because that's like a triple threat right there.
No, they were gray at most. They weren't black. But yeah, I know. And the dark shoes really didn't help. But whatever. It was okay. First off, it was hot. It was summer 2017. It was really, really hot. It was 90. Wherever we were shooting, it was always hot. And I didn't wear them during the conferences. So it'll be fine. I'm doing sports coach now. Go ahead.
Hey, I grew up in Southwest Florida, and I didn't wear shorts ever unless I was going to the beach. I always wore blue jeans. No joke.
Oh, wow. I gave up.
Yeah, it's an adaptation thing. You know, you just get used to it.
I
But,
ditched blue jeans years ago, except for my jean shorts, and I know that makes me seem sort of gay, but
You're not helping. So the other thing I want to ask you about, shout out to Dave Weiss, happy birthday. And I want to know why that guy kept asking you if you were David Weiss's frenemy on the second out of 3 radio interviews on that station.
boy, I never did get an answer. You listen to the whole thing, I never got an answer from him, and I even tried to hold him to it. It's like, look, I need an answer before I hang up with you. Why you think? I don't know if he was trying to start something. I don't know. Maybe
I think he just doesn't understand David Weiss.
Or maybe he heard David like over complimenting me because he was going for points that one day with Matt, and maybe he thought, okay, you know, maybe there's something going on. But yeah, totally. Talk about a bad way to open an interview. It's for those of you who don't know, I was on a radio station in Arkansas late night, and they literally just passed me from one show to the next. It's like, we're going off
for 3 shows.
And so I literally went from one show. Finally, by the time I got to the third, I'm going, look, man, I can't do the whole third show. I can't do it. I go, I'm going to get worn out. But the second guy was, he was awful. You could tell
he hated you.
Amateur astronomer. He hated the whole concept. He hated everything about it. And at one point, I mean, you heard me kind of toying around. It's like, look, I'll leave. I'll hang up. I don't want, you know. But it's like, no.
Yeah. And the thing is like you actually threatened him. You're like, if you don't explain that to me, I'm going to hang up. And then he diverted and he went to another subject and got us off of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like no one's ever said that. It's like David Weiss. Like, first off, I'm not enemies really with anybody. I mean, I could even have said, you know, do you hate Eric or Math? It's like, no, I don't hate him. I disagree strongly with what they're doing, but I don't hate them. So whatever. Anyway, sorry. 2.5 minutes. What else you got?
All right. So everybody needs to sign up at zoomtruth.com for the Flat Earth Finder. There's not enough people in my area. You need to get on there and register.
And Jack's area is also my area. I'll just say that.
Yes. Yeah.
Carolinas. And I also have a Facebook group. It's called Flat Army, the Carolinas. And it's got the cover picture. It says Flat Army on some knuckles. Those are my knuckles. So if you're in the Carolinas or the surrounding area, join that group and we'll do some meetups. We need to organize some more meetups.
I still love that.
Yeah,
picture,
we need to do another street flat smacking. That was fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also verifying that Karen is not a witch, and I'm a pretty good judge of those kinds of things. So she's not a witch. Just, you know, putting that out there. I know for a fact. Hung out with her a few times.
Because Jack is a warlock and a serial killer.
Because Jack is a warlock.
You know, if she was a witch, I should have like burned up as soon as I walked in her house, right? Because I'm super like into like scripture and stuff, so I should have been burning when I walked in her house. But anyway, but no, she's cool. She's very, very cool. Not a witch. She's just questioning things just like everybody else. We need to. Anyone who says that they got it all together because of their religious belief system, you don't. Okay, so I've been studying scripture wholeheartedly since 2012, and I keep changing my lifestyle because I keep finding out that I'm wrong about stuff. So don't just go by, you know, sheer faith. You need to do your due diligence and search the scriptures with fear and trembling and make sure that you're doing the right thing. That's all I got to say about that. And the last thing is we need to clarify to people that the biggest problem that Patricia had was not the baller trolls, but the flat earth trolls. People who she trusted, she put herself out there with, and they stabbed her in the back and demonized her, and it's a horrible thing.
Yes.
What happened?
Good point. Good point.
And it's hard for flat earthers to trust other flat earthers because of such things.
I have a harder time with other flat earthers than I do with ballers.
20 seconds.
That's when I have. That's the same goes for me. With people who harass me, they're other flat earthers. That's who I have the biggest problem with. We're all supposed to be exposing these lies, and we're all attacking each other. And you know what? When you're attacking another flat earther, your master has you exactly where he wants you. That's all I got to say about that.
And with that,
love you guys. Stay flat, stay true.
All right, man. We're going to break. We'll be back in 3.
All right, bye-bye.
Check wallet for his name. His face is in the muck. I think his zip
censorship and regulation is becoming an ever-growing...
This is the Truth Frequency Radio Network. We are TFR.
Truth Frequency Radio.
Major Kong. Primary target the ICBM complex at Laputa. Switch all receiver circuits to CRM discriminators. What's cooking on the threat board? Nothing. Alright, tell you what you're gonna do, old buddy. You're gonna give Elmo and Charlie a flash, man. Bump everything up to condition ready to stand by the floor on your base. Major Kong. Hey, what about Major Kong?
Clear and plain and coming through fine. It's great to be fine.
Great to be fine.
What about Major? What's happened? You see the string in my leg, Scary. What about Major? I never told you. Hey, what about Major Kong?
Welcome back to Strange World Part 3 of 4. It's me and Karen B and a whole bunch of callers lined up. And I won't rattle off the area codes because then Karen will think I'm doing my impression of Rain Man. So we're not going to do that right now. The email came in just as I was on the break, and it was from a nice lady named Lisa, one of our regular listeners. And she says, "We are listening tonight." So shout out to Lisa. I'm not going to read her last name. And her 12-year-old daughter, and I don't know what her daughter's name is.
And also shout out to Ace McLeod.
Well, of course, shout out to Ace McLeod. And DITRH sent, we have such a great community. They're always listening, always watching. So be on your best behavior, Flat Earthers. He sent me a link to the thing that you did. So it's called Escaping Flat Earth with Patricia Steer audio version on YouTube.
And it just went live on the DITRH channel. He's uploaded it, so go there, download it, mirror it if you want, and I'm gonna upload it too. So
yeah, and Just Jack was absolutely right about the look. The Flat Earth community is born out of conspiracy people, and conspiracy people are notoriously suspicious. I get it. And I mean, the fact that I had to learn a new term.
They're super paranoid. Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's good to question authority. It's good to question the things that you're told. But when you apply that conspiratorial mindset to your personal life, you're screwed. Yeah. You are screwed.
I know. I mean, I had to learn a new term over the last year, which was auto hoax. I didn't even know that was a thing, and it is a thing now.
You didn't know about auto hoaxing?
No, I didn't realize that. I mean,
there's a song and everything.
Yeah, and that is, guys don't know what we're doing. And that is basically you don't trust anything. Everything is basically it's a hoax until proven otherwise. And I get it. When that is, a few bad apples spoils the bunch. Which is, if you see any news that's actually fake, then how can you trust any other news? Kind of like you and I probably talked about this before, which is the
I wouldn't say I'm with the what?
Ahead. The jilted wife syndrome, which is once the wife is cheated on the first time, forever will she stare at the husband in a different light. And that is, where are you going? What are you doing? You gonna be back soon? Where are you going? It's like, I mean, if she stays with him, and a lot of them do, they always look different. And that is because why could you trust him again? Kind of like the there's one of those tests, psychological tests, and that is if you own a grocery store and you see one of your cashiers stealing, do you fire them? Yes, you do, because if they stole once, they're probably going to steal again. So I get it. Auto hoaxing's a thing.
I don't agree with auto hoaxing. I'm probably would be more along the lines of an auto skeptic.
Ooh, yeah, me too. Me too. That's a good. In fact, you may have to coin that and grab. You know what? No, I'm going to copyright that, and it's subsidiary rights at this point. So auto skeptic.
I demand a percentage.
Patent pending.
Rights.
Patent pending. This is July 16th, 2019. Patent pending. And no, auto skeptic is actually good, and because it is. I mean, people should be. I've said it. Look, do your own research and ask questions. That's one of my things. I did not think for a second, though, that people would be like, oh, no, everything's fake, man. Everything is fake.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's like, all right.
Yeah. That's, I mean, everything can't be fake. I mean, logically, it can't be, because if they don't put some truth to it, you're never going to buy into it. That's why people buy into it, because they mix truth with lies.
Right. Donald Sutherland in JFK, where he said, look, deep down, people are suckers for the truth. And they are. People know, it's why the good true stories resonate. Everyone, the suspension of disbelief. The plot hole is the same in the movies as it is in real life. And that is, if the plot hole's there, people will see it through it. So, but yeah, when you apply it to everything in your life, it's a downward spiral. And then it just ends up in anger and bitterness, and it's not good. Hey, you know what? Let's pick up a call. Here's one from 619 area code. I think that's San Diego. San Diego, as you know. No, I can't use that line.
It is San Diego.
The what?
Hey, Mark. You said it is San Diego.
Well,
hey,
yes.
Mark,
Hey. 619. I recognize that. I've had some good friends over the years in 619 area code.
Yeah, I used to live in San Diego. That's why I know it.
Yeah. But I just wanted to touch on what you're talking about with the other flat earthers and attacking everybody. And I watched one of Savannier's videos where he took a jab at pretty much everyone in the flat earth community. Especially
her.
Patricia.
Yep.
Yeah, yep. And the Nathan guy you were talking about, I forgot. I keep forgetting his last name. There's too many Nathans in Flat Earth.
Yeah, there are a ton of Nathans in Flat Earth. I don't know. It's like the boys from Brazil. It's it's Nathan Roberts, who you're thinking of, is the friend of Dean Odell, otherwise known as Dean and the Odelites. Patent pending.
But he had a video where he's not going to the Flat Earth conferences anymore because Robbie Davidson has like the same symbol from the Flat Earth Society on his thing, and I commented on that video that maybe the symbol might be similar or the same, but he might have done that intentionally.
Maybe.
I think people should just judge, especially the Flat Earthers, just judge people by their work. Are they doing good work?
Absolutely, and for the most part, that's what happens. In fact, I've said many times, I don't think there are actual shills in Flat Earth because there doesn't have to be. There's already so much drama in the system that we don't have to,
They don't even have to participate. All they have to do is plant the seed into somebody who is already hyper paranoid about stuff.
Yep.
Or just put it out there, and then the hyper paranoid people will pick up on it and they'll take it and run with it.
And they don't even have to be hyper paranoid. Anyone has any doubt, look up, and it's talk about an old reference. This goes all the way back to the black and white Twilight Zones. One of the top episodes of all time was called "The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street," where the aliens just sat back on a hill and just turned some lights off and on and started cars remotely and created so much suspicion in the town. Within 24 hours, they were killing each other because they didn't. It's like, why? The whole town's blacked out, but your house is lit up. Why? Everyone was getting, all squinty eyed, and they said, yeah, it's absolutely the aliens. Like the end, it was really creepy. They walked away. It's like absolutely repeatable. They're just a danger to themselves. All we have to do is go from one to another, and that's how they echoed it out. Anyway, what else you got?
What's her name? Roxanne is on Palm McLean now. I was watching something. I was listening to them, and they were saying something about. I guess she did an interview with somebody, and they're kind of making a link between flat earthers and people who've gone through some kind of trauma or something. And
yes, yeah. And I've seen the articles, and that's because, and where that started was actually Roxanne herself, because when she was interviewed during that little mini documentary, if I'm not mistaken, by The Guardian, they also interviewed Bob on this side. They asked her about her childhood, and she's not shy. She's a very bold person. She'll absolutely wear it on her sleeve. And yeah, she went through some hardships, and so they're trying to make a connection. And I'm wondering, there could be a connection there, and that is people that have gone through.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
I was going to say that. Yeah, I kind of see that because, like, as for me, I went through a really hard time in my life where I couldn't trust anybody. It was pretty much due to a past relationship. And I figured out that I couldn't trust the things that I thought were true. So, and at the same time, I was introduced to the idea of flat Earth, which of course I hated. But, a month or two later, I started looking into it. And, if I hadn't been broken to the illusion that everything is real, I don't think I could have seen it. And I don't think some people aren't capable of seeing it unless they've been, some part of the illusion of life has been broken to them.
Yeah. There might, years down the road, psychologists might make sort of connection, and that is the people that are the most open-minded are the ones that had to deal with the most adversity in their lives. And so they had very little to lose. It's like, why not look into it? Hell, everything else has gone sideways. Why not look into this? But I've run into a lot of people that have had pretty happy lives. So I don't, they're reaching. They're trying to make a connection, and sort of like the not to go off on a little tangent real quick, but sort of like I was talking to the Texas Tech PhD, and she was asking me about the whole vaccination thing, and she said one of her colleagues was actually trying to, because I said, look, you're going to have to come up with some sort of answer. If it's not the vaccinations, autism's got to come from somewhere. And she goes, well, one of my colleagues is trying to connect it to online dating. And I thought she was kidding. It's like, yeah, you heard that one. Yeah, I played it. And I go, really? And she goes, yeah, we're people that are more alike, that have these similar interests. And I'm going, well, that's not bad. I should have told her, it's like, but men lie on online dating things pretty much constantly. So, if anyone has any doubts, go to christianmingle.com.
If anyone has any doubts, just open up any random page on the internet.
Yeah, it's men lie. So anyway,
hey,
but yeah,
not just men. Women put their best foot forward too, and it's not always the case.
Men are going to have to be reworked after this. I'm sorry, just too many things. Anyway, hey, so
I wanted to put this out there. I have an idea for an experiment in regards to the 50th year anniversary. You know how they say the side of the lamb was like 3 aluminum sheets of aluminum foil thick? If we can get the exact specs for that and get like a metal frame with like a window or something, and put a seal and that same thickness of aluminum over it and pressurize the inside of it. And
you emailed this to me, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah. And I like it. For the short version, people who are listening right now, they may not be hearing them clearly. And that is, get a fake capsule, a fake space station capsule, or any sort of astronaut capsule. You don't even have to put people in it, and put it in a freaking vacuum chamber like the big one they have over in the UK, and fire that thing up and see if it holds.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just have another thing you could do, because you're also talking about going through extremely high temperatures and in the through the radiation belts and stuff. That's going to heat up the metal. And you could put like wires to it and put a current through it to add heat to it, and that could be done in the vacuum chamber as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Or if you want to, if it was just me, you know what else you could do if you really wanted to do it is because I know they've tried to do it on Mythbusters and they totally cheated, which is take any little rocket, suspend it from wires in a vacuum chamber, at a big vacuum chamber, fire it off and see if it moves. Because
I've seen some shooting tests where it's like in a little tiny one, and it like, of course, it's gonna, that the environment is immediately filled with gases as soon as you light off that rocket.
Right.
If you do it in a small one.
Yep, absolutely right. And that is for those people who don't know, and a lot of flat earthers don't, and that is, everything you have to be pushing off of something. So when you're running, your feet are pushing off the ground. When you're swimming, your hands and feet are pushing off the water. Even airplanes are pushing off the air, which is a thin version of water. But if you're in space where there's nothing to push off of, where is the inertia coming from? And you can say, well, it's from
another thing I don't think people realize is if you're on the moon and there's no gravity, how do you bend? You can't squat down if you can't you don't have muscles to pull yourself down. You just kind of release your leg.
Well,
muscles
there's a little again. If you believe it, it's supposedly
whatever.
it's supposedly 1/6 gravity. So a 180-pound man would weigh 30 pounds.
But you're also combating the internal pressure of the suit.
Oh yeah, the internal. Yeah, don't get me started. I could spend an entire episode on that. The internal pressure of the suit would make it absolutely worthless. It would turn into a parade float. They would not be able to bend their arms or legs. It would be. It literally would be a balloon, and it would be like it's kind of like when I brought the maybe I'll get a basketball this year and bring it to Dallas again. Which is a space suit should do exactly what a basketball does, and that is it expands, it gets rigid, and you can't do anything with it. And that's just a few pounds of pressure difference, from the outside and the inside. Anyway, hate to do this to you. Any closing words? Because I got to grab some other callers.
Oh, no, you're good.
No shout-outs?
Huh?
No shout-outs?
I don't know other flat earthers in person.
Well, no, just name somebody out. I mean, you could even say shout-out to Savanye if you wanted to.
Don't shout out Savanye.
Shout out to Owen Benjamin.
Yeah, I like that better.
Shout out to Benjamin, Big Bear.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right, man.
And for the record, I was Crypto Bear before I started watching Owen Benjamin.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've always
cool.
had a affinity towards bears.
Right on, man. Well, I'm hoping I get a chance to talk to him in Dallas. But again, I'm not going to push it because it's his thing. All right, man. Hey, have a good one. We'll talk soon.
You too. Bye.
Yeah. All right. So let's go to. Oh no! Why is my voice slipping into the accent? Oh, the red. So much red on the screen. I'm starting to slip into what's his J Tolan Media.
Behold. The beautiful flat earth. Isn't it amazing?
Is that area code 920 in the distance? I don't know. Anyway, 920. What's happening? Soviet Union that is now Russia and other states around Russia.
Nothing much. I don't know.
Aren't you? You really should open with some Russian stuff because I have people that listen and that they know Russian. You should just rattle off a line of poetry or I don't know, something from a recipe book, anything. Just so people can translate it for me and then email it to me. Those are always fun.
I'll try to be more prepared next time, but to be honest, I've been speaking mainly English for about 5 years now, and
5 years of English, and you've forgotten your Russian?
I'm not forgotten. I can read and I understand it, but I really have to think about it when I'm talking. I probably could slip back to it if about, a couple of weeks to a month of straight Russian and nothing else. But
this is a great way for you to brush up on that Russian. Just dust it off, bring it in. Do it. It'd be great.
Yeah, I don't watch Russian movies right now.
No, not you. Her.
What?
I mean,
well,
why would I want you to speak Russian?
Next time, grab any Russian, any of your technical manuals on poisons or explosives.
No. All you have to do is go listen to some Mark Sargent interviews or whatever, his famous quotes or the stuff that he says and translate that to Russian and say that. Say that in Russian. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Anything from the clues.
But totally when you say it to us, say it like you're talking about like spy movies or like you're from James Bond.
Seriously, this could be a thing.
Yeah.
Totally. This would absolutely, especially since we still have a year and a half before the election and you're going to get pinned for it anyway, no matter who wins. So.
I'm sure I will. I actually been told once by my in-laws not to talk Russian because it was right at that time during the election.
Oh, really?
In public, yeah.
Yeah.
Paranoia going on, don't. Just don't.
Well, the media we'll have to see how that pans out. Anyway, what do you got? Because we got a break. I'll give you time, but what do you got on your plate? What's happening?
Well, I got a few things, but first off, I have a question for you.
Yeah. Yes.
If a cow farts in the field and there's nobody there to witness it, does it still cause global warming?
No, it doesn't. But the all the engines that are running, regardless whether you can see them or not, do. So there you go.
Yeah, there was an article a while back somewhere that all the cows are so.
Are you saying global warming is real, Mark?
No, but I'm saying that climate change makes a lot more sense. You've heard me say this in interviews. Climate change makes a lot more sense if it's in an actual greenhouse. You know, greenhouse gases. If it's an enclosed system, the system is going to react more extreme. If it's enclosed.
I know. They can't have it both ways.
So
but they try to constantly.
I have no problem.
Constantly.
I have no problem with climate change. Look, there's some weird weather happening out there.
I have no problem with climate change either. The climate changes. It's called the weather. It's called seasons.
I know. Don't say they look. I'm not coming after you. I'm just saying.
You're not.
I'm just saying that I you know me. You've heard me. Look, I don't mind. There are certain things I don't go with the pack on, and when it comes to global warming and climate change, people have been asking me that for at least a year now. And it's like, look, climate change makes more sense in an enclosed system. Whether it happens or not, it makes more sense in an enclosed system. That's up for you guys to decide. But if it is, then it makes, again, if it's a domed thing, it happens. Like a car. I use the car reference. Anyway, what else you got? Belarus?
It probably does happen because when I was a kid, it used to snow every winter in Belarus. And ever since we left, I'm talking to my relatives sometimes, and they say it hasn't snowed since. It would snow and then it would melt. And
so you're
cold, but no snow.
Looking for sympathy by telling us how it snowed every winter in Belarus. Yeah, nice.
Do they miss the snow?
Yeah, I know. Do they miss the snow?
Well, it depends how you look at it. I mean, if it gets cold, then snow actually helps to keep the roots insulated in the ground.
Hey, look, I'm in the Northwest of the United States, and Seattle is known for rain. And I was getting a tan on Halloween last year. And when I was growing up, there is no way in hell, and I would have died from exposure in any Halloween. And remember, I was in Colorado for 20 years. But when I came back, it was like the summer just wouldn't end here. And I was really surprised. I know we don't like talking about it. And truth be told, I mean, if it is some sort of trend that's happening, the government's not going to tell you anyway, because they can't. It's like the movie 2012. You ever seen the trailer to 2012? It's like, would they tell you? Nope. Not if they can't fix it.
No, they wouldn't.
Sorry. What else?
You were not getting a tan. Everybody knows that Washingtonians don't tan. They
That's my point. That's my point, and that is we don't. But I absolutely was. I mean, I was baking out there. It was blazing hot. I'm staring. I'm going, how is this even possible? I mean, there should be trick-or-treaters and wind and rain and leaves and witches, maybe Karen, and none of that happened. See, I threw you in there, Karen. It was just kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, what else you got? Well, you got 2 minutes to the break.
I know I was bringing up Moon a while back, but I'm bringing it up again. I'm watching it when I can, but unfortunately I can't keep it organized for various reasons. I just can't have dedicated time to that. So if anybody does anything on it, I was watching as the moon getting closer and closer to full moon.
Yeah.
And it was actually following sound pretty close up. And it's going to be interesting. We're going to have a full moon, and it's going to be, at dusk or even before that. I don't know, maybe 3 p.m. or something like that. Yeah. I got to keep an eye on that. And then for a couple of days, it was less than a week. A couple of days, it was cloudy, and then it come out again. And it's like it rolled back a couple of our hands in the sky to where it's supposed to be now that it's actually full today. I'm like, that's interesting.
When it
I don't know
comes,
if anybody does
when it comes to,
record, you know.
let me ask you this, because I've had a bunch of people tell me over the last, 3 years that they see weird things in the sky, things that don't make sense when it comes to waxing and waning crescents and how the moon looks and where the sun is sometimes, but especially with the moon. Have you ever heard of the miracle at Fatima or the dancing sun at Fatima?
I've heard it mentioned on the show before.
If you get a chance, look that up. That's a thing where there were thousands of people standing in this area during the whole Fatima miracle thing, and the sun, everyone said the same thing. The sun freaking moved around the sky like it was being controlled by like a puppeteer. But nobody else noticed it, obviously. Well, if the sun is the sun, we would have seen it, everyone would have mentioned it, but it was only this region that saw it. And that, goes along with some of the things that David Weiss and other guys have said, which is, maybe the sun is a regional phenomena, that it's different for everybody. Anyway, we got 20 seconds of the break. Any shout outs before I send you off?
Shout out to all globalists if you're hearing out there, and just remember, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your husbands too, because they're fat smacking everybody out there.
Nice. That's right, globalists, be afraid. We're coming for you. So I'm going to tell the senators when I'm up on Capitol Hill. All right, anyway, 3 minutes to live. Well, 3 minutes.
Do you tell them be afraid? Be very afraid.
Be afraid. Don't worry, we have the children. That's funny because it's a Russian song.
You are now tuned into the truth frequency.
Your protection from deception. TFR.
Truth Frequency Radio.
Welcome back to Strange World, part 4 of 4. It's me, your host, Mark Sargent, and Karen B., who is taking over the show for a week while I am doing some Flat Earth endorsement work in Australia next week. So it's going to be you and whoever, I don't know, you're going to grace with your presence. So who are you going to get? Probably Zulu and Peanut Gallery, maybe?
Well, I don't know.
Well, let's get right to it. We ended with Belarus, who hopefully next week will remember to open with some Russian phrases, because I think that would be awesome. It's not often that we get to talk to people that were instrumental in the Trump election results. So, Flat Earth takes the blame for a lot of things. Let's take blame for that too. Let's go to 231 area code. 231, you're on with Mark and Karen. And
231.
Oh, I hear a phrase going to happen. Yep, it's going to happen. Ready? Rookie mistake, and you hate to see it. Yep, we're going to put you back on mute. That's fine.
Ouch.
Who knows? Maybe they were on hold, though, for an hour. So a lot of people just stacked up right at the beginning.
It's too bad. So what do you do if somebody's been on hold for that long? You just put them back on hold?
Yeah, I just put them back on hold. That's fine. I don't mind. I mean, they can still listen to the show. I mean, who knows? There may be people. See, what happens is that there's a listen-only line, which is 641-793-7117, which nobody calls in. And I can't tell if they call in and are using that line. For whatever reason, I think they bypass the switchboard if they use that line, but I don't know, because I get too many people that call and they just want to listen. Anyway, let's go to the next one down. We'll come back to them. Maybe if there's any time. Let's go to 910 area code. 910, you're on with Mark and Karen and cool jazz favorites.
I'm on the best show with TFR. So,
damn right you are.
And I hate to say this right after it, but just a quote for you. The most dangerous lie is the one with the most truth in it.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. That's a good quote.
That's the one
Actually,
you'll believe.
they teach that in spy school, which is don't ever just make an outright lie. Blend some truth into it, because it's way easier to work somebody if there's some truth, because then they're already believing part of it. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So I got one for you. I got some real gems for you this evening.
Okay.
So if we want to do away with losing our power during storms, we want to do away with the power company and the power bill, get you a couple of 200 amp alternators for vehicles such as a 18-wheeler.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Get you some converters, run that to your house, run everything you need in your house off of gas fume engine. If you've looked into the running off gas fumes, gasoline engine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You could do that. You could run it off a little diesel engine. You could do that also, run it off cooking oil. But so here's the other one for you. And if you didn't find that interesting, here's another one. So you remember when we stopped using the old style light bulbs, and we were all told to switch to this lower wattage and all these types.
Yeah, the LEDs. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where's all this reserve energy going to, this electric power? Is it to boost those antennas I see every block or two?
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah, you got to think about it. They haven't stopped making as much electricity, have they?
No, I mean, hard to say what, if they're basing it on population, but yeah, I get it. I still don't like LEDs, but go ahead.
Yeah. So the first light bulbs they introduced us to were filled with mercury.
Right.
You drop a little bit of mercury in a school and you got to have the hazmat team come in.
Right.
So I thought that's strange. But what do you think about the alternator and running your house?
Not bad. I mean, a survival situation, why not?
No, I'm speaking long term. Get you an alternator, a couple alternators with lifetime warranties. You can get you a diesel engine.
I mean,
you're talking $1. We're talking $1 a day. That's the money we're talking about. $1 a day.
Well, I mean, except for the upfront costs.
Yeah, except for that. And what is that? Around $800 to $1,000? Maybe. Yeah.
So yeah, it might be worth it in the long term. So if people want to look this up, where would you best place to point them at?
Well, I shared this information about 20 years ago, and the other night I'm looking on the YouTube, and back in 2017, this guy took an old alternator from a car. I guess he took my advice, and he ran 70 amp alternator, ran some high powered lights, hair dryer, a couple other things. So, yeah. You could run your whole house, refrigerator, washing machine, whatever.
I'll look into it.
Alternators. Yeah.
I will look into it. Why not? I mean, I've got generators set up anyway, because I wrote a survival guide some years ago, and I didn't encourage people. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. You'll never get more efficient than a magnet and the copper wire. You'll never get more efficient. I was reading a physics book 25 years ago, and I remember this one key thing. You can put the equivalent of 200,000 tons of gasoline being burnt in 1 gram of matter.
True.
And I thought about a magnet. I thought about a magnet, and I thought about a permanent magnet.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That magnet will outlive all of us, and that energy is in that little stone, in that little piece of metal, iron or whatever you want to,
It's reciprocal. It's reciprocal action. It's it's in constant motion. A magnetic field, an electromagnetic field. And a lot of people say, "Oh no, you can't do energy with magnetics and blah blah blah." But people have done it. People do it. People do it.
That's what we do. That's what the power company does. That's what your car does. Everything has a magnet that has electrical power.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Everything. So in understanding, we get a lifetime warranty on some alternators, and just initial cost is going to be about $1,000. And if you really want to get sophisticated, it can be a little bit more, but that's a lot cheaper than a lot of these alternators.
I don't think people realize how much you can do with magnets and magnetism. It really, really spans the gamut of everything: healthcare, house care, automobiles, power, everything. I mean, I don't think people realize. Really, we don't. Most people don't realize what you can do with magnetism and electricity and electromagnetism, and it's like one and the same. And also, people don't realize that electricity and magnetism are they go together hand in hand. Where there is one, there is the other.
Mm-hmm. That's very true. That's very true. And it's just Tesla said it. Everyone can have free energy. And I know there's all these people who are talking about all this different kind that we can get, but you'll never get more efficient than a magnet. You'll never get more efficient than that. And
talk about moving parts. No moving parts, right?
Well, in some cases, but with the alternator, you got to have you have to have a mechanical.
Well, yeah, but the magnet in and of itself.
Yeah, and so we could talk about where lightning comes from. We could talk about the dome moving and the Earth being where the magnet is, and the dome maybe where the copper is, or what the current flows through. We could talk about that. I know you don't have a whole lot of time, but that's one thing I think we need to focus on.
This is stuff that I think
where
about.
Lightning comes from.
This is stuff that I think about. I love this stuff.
Well, let me give you one. So science says that lightning comes from where? Or no, they say thunder comes from lightning, correct?
Right.
Okay. I'm here to tell you that it's opposite of that. And I just want you to look into it.
So you're saying that lightning comes from the sound?
I'm saying that the sound you hear is something other than what you think it is, and that's what causes the lightning. So that's what I want you to look into. What is that sound you're hearing? And that's what causes the lightning, in my opinion. And I have a pretty good understanding of what's going on. I don't mean to brag.
Okay. Well, what makes you think that? Are you an electrician, or what do you do? What makes you think that?
Well, like I said, I've been studying this stuff for a long time. And the radio show was a local show that I was talking on. And I just want to inform you guys that it wasn't long after I was invited as a guest on that show that the show got shut down. So. And that was like 22 years ago. So.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Do this for me, because it sounds like a longer conversation. Email me anything you got, and call in next week, and it'll be Karen's show, so I'll let her deal with you at her discretion. How's that? Is that okay?
That's fine. Karen, have a good night. Mark,
all right.
see you.
Have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
Right. See ya. All right, let's jump over to, we'll do 608, then 845. 845, hopefully you don't fall asleep. 608, you're on with Mark and Karen, and, well, Russian spies probably listening. What's happening?
Do the Martians have two sexes like us?
It's good.
How you doing tonight, Mark?
I'm doing okay. What's happening?
I was listening, and I was having a good time, and then I heard someone make a World of Warcraft reference, and I couldn't help but notice that your sidekick had some rather, what's a good word, Mark? less than favorable things to say or grunt about when that call came in. So I couldn't let that slide. I had to call
it's
in
okay, man. It's okay. She's not a gamer, but she's cool, man. She's cool.
I am cool. It's my job to give Mark a hard time. Don't you get that?
It's true.
Mm-hmm. It's true. Yeah, well, Karen, your new assignment
his defense,
is to,
it's my job to give you a hard time as well.
Yes, Karen, your new assignment is to create a World of Warcraft account. Don't worry, Mark can pay for it. He's got plenty of in-game gold, and level a character up to 20. Anyway,
wow. Wow, that's the challenge. You just want Karen in the game so you can gush more. You're a fan, aren't you? I can hear it in your voice. You're a Karen B fan.
I am firmly ensconced in Camp B. Yes, I am. I am the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. But no, she doesn't need to be there. It's okay that it's a guys' club. It's all right.
So next week when it's Karen B's show, I would imagine I'm going to be hearing your voice in the rerun.
Probably not. I mean, I don't like to call. I don't like to call in unless I have something really, really interesting to say. If I can't think of anything interesting, I won't call because I don't think that's good for your show. But
you have a whole week to think of something really interesting.
Yeah, come up with something. Hey, just all you have to do is
so
go through the headlines.
Is that my assignment then? Do I have to?
Yes,
think of
that's
something
your assignment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yes,
I will work on that then.
Wow.
I mean, your ASMR video did.
There's some
your
sort of
ASMR
master
video
and
did give me some very pleasurable
fantasy.
brain damage earlier. So, go ahead. I'm sorry. We run into this all the time.
Seriously, there is a master and servant fantasy thing happening here that I'm picking up on, which is like you're actually asking Karen to give you orders. You're going to play this back later, aren't you? Yeah.
No, I'm not. I happen to know she's from her. I believe that she's a happily married woman, and I don't swing that way. But
no, I'm not married. I'm not married anymore.
You should have told me that. I had. Okay, never mind.
No, Karen.
Not married anymore.
What's this about you changing the name of the guild?
Oh no! Oh, to Control Alt Elite. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
No.
What was it? Wait. What was it before?
Flat Earth.
Flat Earth.
Wait. You took Flat Earth off and you changed it.
No. First off, you can't change the name of a guild, and Darren should know this. But it's no. Flat Earth is the guild name. I didn't create it. It was given to me by Humanistory, the website Humanistory. And no, I was never going to change it. Of course not. No. I was just messing with people.
I'm honestly really surprised at myself for not caring about gaming, and then going from not caring to caring because I thought you took the Flat Earth off of it. Once I thought you took the Flat Earth out of it, I was like, Mark, what are you doing? Like before that, I didn't care.
No. The guild name, and this is a good plug for the guild. If anyone still plays Warcraft after 14 years, it's still a thing. Very much a thing. Although who knows if I'll play it down the road. Please, the guild is called Flat Earth. There's only one guild in that thing, and I am the guild master. Yeah, that's right.
And seriously, within the world of Warcraft, Mark has more money than George Soros. So if you want to play Karen, all you got to do is create an account, and then he will go ahead and get you pay for your subscription fee through in-game gold.
You know, if you want me to buy you that dragon next week, you're not helping the kids. Because now
wait,
Karen.
Wait, Mark, are you saying you don't want me to join?
Okay, first, girls
don't. What if I accepted and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come in there. I'm just gonna do it. You would deny me?
You need to either play a night elf.
No. Okay, there's a running joke. There's a running joke, which is, and it's been going on for years, and that is, first off, girls don't play games, and they certainly don't play WoW, World of Warcraft. And the interview said it was a fake headline, and that is more women are playing World of Warcraft, and we're going to talk with both of them. So yeah, we'll. I don't. If you come in, of course, you'll be welcome with open arms. But people will react to you sort of like the girls that walked into the comic book shop of The Big Bang Theory.
Oh, it'll be like, oh my God, there's a girl here, and everybody will forget they're playing a game.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. And if we make her too mad, she'll leave the guild and create her own guild called Vivid Entertainment.
Nice. Nice. It's good. It's a good reference. Karen was not an adult film star from 2000 to 2000.
I know. You know what?
Yes,
he gets points because he's clever. He's clever.
I think it's funny, but it may not be funny anymore. I don't know.
Everyone thinks she was. I don't know why. I mean, the resemblance is uncanny if you look up her
Not
stage.
everyone. Whatever. You wish I was.
Yeah, I do.
I ran across a guy in chat. He was like, were you really? Is that real? And I was like, no. He's like, oh, okay. I guess I can stop searching Google now.
Oh yeah, because I don't know. You can search for anything nowadays, and it's like, and so
trust me, if it was real, y'all would have found it by now. I'm sure.
What I haven't done to breathe life into this thing is actually look up somebody in that range and look up a stage name that looked close to you. I just haven't spent the time. But once I do, oh yeah, then it's over. If there's someone from that era that looks even remotely close to you, it's like, oh yeah, just look up stage name, Portia McKenzie, and that'll be it.
Oh God, why did you say that name? If I search that name, is it going to be a porn star that looks like me? Am I going to have to hurt you?
Well, no. In order to get a porn star that looks like you have to Google Anna Mall.
Oh God.
Good Lord, no, not
God.
Anna Mall. Definitely.
Oh my God.
Portia would
the name. I don't even want to know what that looks like. It's scary.
Definitely. Yeah, and I'm glad you say what that looks like. She city miles on that one.
Why did you say that? Oh.
Yeah, Darren.
I don't know. I wanted to join the conversation.
Fortunately, we're running out of time. And
Darren, I liked you at first, and right now I'm not liking you so much anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's happening there? All right, Darren. Hey, I gotta pick up at least 2 more calls. So we'll talk soon. See you in the guild. Hugs and kisses. All right, Darren's gone. All right, let's pick 845. 845. You ready? Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it.
New York, New York.
What I'm talking about.
With my vagabond shoes. What's up? Hey, Karen.
Hi, Zulu.
I love you. How are you doing?
I'm great.
That's how you open
love
a phone call, right?
Love
there.
you too, Mark.
I love you.
Yep. Well, she's the lovely, sometimes sassy, but always lethal Karen B.
There you go.
That's right.
Don't forget that.
Well, someone's gonna have to throw her that intro next week because it's her show.
There you go.
No.
Hey, oh my God, all cool calls tonight. The thunder. I'll go real quick. I was making notes. The lightning, sonoluminescence exists, right? Where they can make the light from sound. We've done it in the lab.
You know what? You're right.
Interesting.
Sonoluminescence. Yep.
Sonoluminescence.
Not gonna work here anymore.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Happy birthday to David, DITRH. You're freaking awesome. Hey, Mark, did you used to wear denim cargo shorts?
No.
I'm sorry. Oh, Smurfs turn pink when you choke them. That was for 304.
Wow.
And I had a quick thing on the LEM. They were right. I met a guy just by accident, purely by accident. We were talking about, I saw a plane go over. We started talking about chemtrails, blah, 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 led to the moon. He said when he was a kid, this man was like 70-something, and this was probably about 10 years ago.
Right.
And he told me that he worked at NASA as a kid, and he thought he was going to get fired because he screwed up and cut the corner. They had the floor all taped off where you were not allowed to walk because if you tripped or something, you could break something. And I'm like, you could break something? The LEM? This has got to go into space. But it didn't click, like that, fake. And he said he was walking and he cut through and he tripped and he put his foot through a panel. And he thought he was going to get fired for that. And he had to fix it and all this stuff. He was one of the techs. And I'm like, now, thinking about it, how the hell could that possibly be that you could put his foot through it?
I agree.
You know, this has to go into space. Ridiculous.
Yep. Absolutely agree.
Crazy. Hey, you said peanut gallery's off, but I got a quote. This was kind of referencing Patricia. I miss her too. Forgive others not because they deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve peace.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
People are just shitty, and I don't know. I don't get it. Why? Why do you have to be?
What I've been telling people, and I imagine I'm going to be answering this question in different conferences this year at this point, which is, when they say, what do you think about Patricia? And I treat it like the end of a hero movie where you don't know if the villain's gone or not, where it's like, I don't think we've seen the last of Dr. Electro. Something like that. It's like, no, I don't think we've seen the last of Patricia Steer. She will resurface in one form or another. I could guarantee it. I can't tell you exactly when or how and what manifestation she's going to pull off, but I
just come back like on a TV show on cable or something. Like, what? That's awesome. Or Netflix, actually. They buy everything.
Well, yeah. I mean, look. She's down, but definitely not out. She's obviously, she's stated many times, like, look, she's still FE. She just doesn't want to fight with people, and I don't blame her. And she's dealt with a lot of hell, and so, which is why, hashtag same team, hashtag can't we all just get along, hashtag look. If you're really into flat Earth, you've got to understand. You got to remember how you got here. And you got to remember what you went through, the persecution you went through, and the trials and tribulations.
Hashtag don't be a douchebag.
Yes, elegantly put.
Yes, right?
I'm hoping,
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I mean, maybe she will serve as a warning to others, which is like, look, don't be mean. I know that's a line out of a movie, but seriously, don't be mean. I know it's easier said than done, but it's one big family. It's one big community. We're all trying to make the world a better place. We're all trying to change the world. So do what you can. Do your part.
Mean.
Anyway,
it's not worth it.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, great show.
Love you guys.
Any shout outs? Anything?
Shout out to you, Mark. Shout out to Karen B. Shout out to the Peanut Gallery, Ace McLeod, everybody in the chat, Nathaniel, my brother. Remember Thursday night school with me and Brian Burton. I think that's it. Oh, Karen, I want to be on the show with you next week, please. All righty. I don't know what I'm going to have to do to you. I'll do for you. Sorry. Sorry. All right, love you guys.
This could be a fun week.
Yes, it will. People begging to be on the Karen B show this week. It's awesome. Are you gonna do the post afterwards? You need to come in for a few minutes?
Am I tonight?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Because I got a couple questions.
Yes.
Anyway,
next Zoom week, chat.
Karen B next week.
Back after that. Something.
Good night.
Night.
I can't get rid of it.
You didn't mute me, dummy.